So you bought a DMR radio, but you can't connect to any of the repeaters in your area. What are you to do? Well, in this video, we're going to look at having a hotspot. Stay tuned. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to VA3FUC. As you see, I'm holding up the Alliance HD1 radio. This is the radio we're going to be using to connect to Pi-Star. Wait a minute, Pi-Star, what's that? Well, Pi-Star uses a Raspberry Pi and a special type of board to connect to ports that are available through the internet to talk groups, which are connected via repeaters to the internet, to a station, and then are retransmitted on different groups. Okay, so why is this important? Well, let's just say you want to talk to somebody and you don't have that group is not available on your repeater, or B, you want to talk to you want to be on there for a long period of time, but you don't really want to tie up the repeater of the network. Well, then a hotspot is the way to go. If you like traveling and your travel route does not have a DMR repeater along that route, well, then you can't talk to everyone. So you might want to set up your phone, have it transmit a signal to your Raspberry Pi, which is this here, or at home, and it sends the signal to here and allows your radio to be able to pick up the signal so you can chat. So it's one of those digital formats that's actually really popular. Just like D-Star and just like Yaesu Fusion X-Wire, it's starting to grow really fast. And what's interesting about the Pi-Star is that it's been around for a long period of time and it's fairly simple to use. All you have to do is have a Raspberry Pi, the hat, which is what we call these things. They sit on top of the Raspberry Pi. That code is going to be very important, that 500. And what you do is you just take this, you plug it on your GPIO ports like so. And once you get them lined up, it just simply goes on. You might have to use a little pressure to push it on. That's there. Now I'm going to grab the antenna right here. The antenna is on. That's it. You're done. Now we got to go into software. So what you need? Well, let's go to the other screen. I'll show you what you need. So you're going to need the SD card formatter if you're using an SD card that you've already used. So this little guy right here is what we call as micro SD. You're going to need one of these babies to program your radio, not the big one. So if you have a big one and you have the ability to take out the card, I would definitely recommend that. You're also going to need the Pi-Star software. And you're going to need the Win32. Now, where do you get the Pi-Star software? Just go to pistar.uk, go to the download section, go download Pi-Star. And here you'll find the right one for you. Now, I'm using this one right here, Pi-Star RIP version 3.4.17, January 2019 zip. That's what I use. So let's get first into programming for Pi-Star. So I'm going to grab this SD card I have here. Since it's already has some data written to it, I'm going to hit SD card formatter. Let it load up. Now you can get the SD card formatter anywhere. It's very easy to find. So there's the format program right there. So we're going to hit refresh. It's saying it's on my G drive. That's okay. So we're just going to do a quick format. I hit format, say yes, format that card. And that's it. It's done. It's formatted in FAT32 and ready to go. Now we're going to start WinDisk32. Say yes. Sorry you guys don't see that, but here it is right here. So we're going to go look in the directory. We're going to go open up I put it directly on my desktop. I'm going to go desktop. I'm going to look for Pi-Star. There it is. Open. And we're going to say, right, make sure that this is set for the right drive. Sometimes this will set for a hard drive. You do not want that set for your C drive or any other hard drive. It'll wipe it out cleanly. And then you'll have to fight trying to get your data back. Trust me, make sure your device is set for the right device. And then hit right. This can take a few minutes of time. So what we will do, we'll cut back once it's all said and done, just before it finishes. And we'll go from there. There we go. And it's now complete. So we hit OK. And what you'll see is something like this. Just hit cancel. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go over to we're going to get the Pi loaded up with the new image right here on this SD card. This is an SD card reader, so you're going to need one of these also. I shouldn't mention that. And then we just take the SD card, insert it into the Pi like so. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this. I'm going to get this all set up, and we'll be able to run no time flat. So let's get going. Welcome back, everybody. So as you know, we recently got Pi-Star up and so rebooted up and got ready to go. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk about a few things that you're going to need. So you're going to need a USB to micro USB, or you have one of those USB chargers. Now, here's something that I want you to keep in mind is that the Pi-Star 3, well, Raspberry Pi 3, requires at least 2.4 volts. If it's under voltage, it'll give you a lot of warnings and it won't work right. So make sure that you got the right amount of voltage going into it. Also, you're going to need one of these from your router. It does not have a way for it to communicate unless it's plugged into your internet. So make sure that you got an internet plug, RJ45. Plug it in. Once you get everything set up, then you can unplug this because it does have a built-in Wi-Fi built on the board. So what we're going to do, we're going to plug it in and give her a few minutes. As you can see, there's a lot of flashing lights on here. What it's doing right now, it's loading up the software from the SD card. It does take about a minute or so. And just keep an eye on your board. You'll know when it's time to start typing in information. Give it a few minutes and then just type in your information. So we're going to go to our computer right now. Well, the screen that we have available. And as you can see, I'm just on Google right now, but I am going to go to here. I'm going to go to pi-star.local. And in between Pi-Star, I'm going to put a dash. There we are. There's Pi-Star. It's loading up right now. So this is the no mode defined screen. I don't know what mode I'm in. I probably just need to be configured. And then all of a sudden the splash screen will come up. So your login is going to be pi-star. Your password is going to be Raspberry. And you're in right there. This is the main screen. So here's where you configure everything. So we're going to configure a few things already. We know that this is going to be a DMI host. We're going to use simplex mode, apply changes. Does take a little while for it to work. Once that works, we'll be able to work on the next stage, which is setting up all the rest of this. Okay, so now that we got this all set up, you notice that this whole little information loaded up. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn on DMR mode because that's what we're going to be using. We're going to go here to OLED display. Now I'm going to pick up the Raspberry Pi so you guys can see what happens when we hit that button. You're going to see something happening on the screen. So changes are applying right now. It does take a little while for the changes to happen on screen. It's a little slow today. Not sure why it's being slow like this, but sometimes that can happen with the Raspberry Pis. It can be slow. It's loading up. Warning. It's been updated. Please reload your modem from the list. Oh, I see what I forgot to do. I forgot one piece. So also, we got to turn this on. I forgot. So here's where you tell it what type of device you're using. So we're using the Raspberry Pi version. Hot. GPIO. Yeah, this is the one I believe we're using right here. Because this one's for... That one's for dual... That's for hotspot dual hat. Hat. For GPIO, I believe we are this one right here. So there's a couple of them that you have to watch out for. But once you hit that, you apply the changes. Again, now the screen should actually say something on there. Hopefully. There it is. So what it's just reporting is that it can see the screen, and it's listed as the MMDVM hotspot. So it's just saying that what type of hotspot it is. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up all our contact information. So my call sign. So there's my call sign right there. Your DRM ID. So, like I said, when you go to RadioNet and you subscribe for your and you get your number from them, remember that it does take a few minutes for them to process your information when you send it out to them. But you can go back there and retrieve your information at any time you need it to put in that information. I am going to set this at... I'm using 444.1. A bunch of zeros at the end. Longitude and latitude, you can adjust that. Town. So whatever city you live in. Me, it's Cambridge. I live in Canada. CANADA. I'm not in Europe or London. I'm in Toronto, which is near me. And dashboard, I'm just going to change it to English US. Yeah, you can change that for any language that you speak and just hit apply again. And what's going to happen over time, this is going to keep on updating its information. So right now on this board, it's saying closed because it's saying that it's updated so that it reports to the radio saying that this signal is no longer valid as it updates the Pi information. Okay, so we got that now updated. So because I'm in Canada, I am going to select a Brine Master. Servers in Canada, which is 3102. I'm going to leave the color code at 1, but you can change it to whatever color code you want. Light changes. Now, something to keep in mind, whenever you're setting up your radio, make sure there's no other radio stations in your area that can pick that up. Even though I know it emits a small amount of signal strength from the Raspberry Pi, you still want to keep it out of range of any other DMR repeaters that may be nearby. So if there's a DMR repeater nearby and it runs on that signal, change your signal to so it doesn't interfere with it. Now we're going to configure your Wi-Fi. Just to configure Wi-Fi, Have it scan for your networks. This does take a few seconds. There's my network right there, which you can see clear as a bell. So I'm going to hit select. Go and type in my password. Save and connect. Not now. Then I can click on Wi-Fi info. And it'll say interface is down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to repower this back up. And you'll see all the information is updated and that it's now on the network. So you can easily just power off the Pi now, power it back up, and you'll see that you're on your network. Make sure that you unplug that first when you're unplugging it. So I'm going to get this all unplugged. We'll come back in the video and we'll continue from where we left off. As you see, we got the interface up. As you can see, interface is up. WAN 0. There's my IP information. Also, if you didn't notice this, I actually changed this to be QRZ. So if someone wants to find out who I am on QRZ, they can. Unfortunately, QRZ is not allowing me to update my information still. So I don't know what's going on. So if we scroll up here, we got to do one more thing. So I want you to go into expert mode. Warning, blah, 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 blah. What we're going to go is into the host program for the MMDVM host. We're going to look for a setting in here that allows us to set our offset and transmit set. Now, if you remember, those were -500. Now, this can vary for anyone, depending on which one you get, how it comes in, where it comes from. It might be an offset of 500. Now, set it for 500. Once you enter that information, just hit apply, changes, and there it goes. Just flashes back. So let's go to the dashboard. There's our dashboard. I'm going to turn on my radio right now, and I'm going to hit, believe it is Canada, which I believe is 302. As you can see on my screen, it already shows it as connected. I'm hitting 4%. So I've just logged into that group, and now I can listen to it and watch for the group. As you can see on the hotspot, it says listening on DMR. And once it's done, then it just goes back to that screen. And that's as easy as it is to set up your hotspot. As long as your information is displaying on the screen that says you are connected, that it transmits, that it heard your signal. Check your dashboard out. Make sure that you have the right amount of signal. That's it. And that's all that you have to do is set up your hotspot. It's fairly simple, very good. And now you're connected. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you did like the video, remember, thumbs up it. Let me know what you thought. If you're new and you just discovered the channel now because you were looking for setting up a hotspot or an idea for a DMR, remember, you can hit right here. You're going to see subscribe come up here. Just remember, hit the subscribe button. I believe it's somewhere down there, if I remember correctly. Wherever it is, click on subscribe, hit that bell. That bell will let you know whenever I bring up new videos or I go live. Chances are there'll probably be more videos getting posted. So if there's anything else that you guys want me to talk about here on the channel, and I happen to have the stuff, I'll be more than happy enough to talk about it. But I want to thank you all for discovering, for the new people that have discovered. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, everyone, 73, and have yourselves a great day. Thank you.